Ladies and gentlemen, what's showing on your screen right now is 100% the final volume of RWBY, with our heroes entering that dragon continent that has still not been brought up yet. And first things first, ain't no way I'm pulling up to Salem's domain, especially if this is what she's been cooking up for centuries. Just think about it. Realistically in RWBY, we can assume that nobody goes to this continent, so Salem has just had time to dish out all types of amalgamations. And not even her, but the god of darkness himself could have just kept his most vile and disturbing Grimm on this continent. Plus, these Grimm must be insanely old. I'm sorry, but if Osmond sent me here, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm packing up. I'll even leave my weapons and dust here for Salem, and I'm going home. You have me out here fighting a gorilla Cthulhu spawn and the queen spider mantis that sounds like she's the Grudge's cousin? No. And please, someone tell me in the comments, what is this? Is that Cthulhu and David Jones merged together? Nope. Nope, not doing it. These Grimm remind me of my sleep paralysis demons that I would see when I was 5 years old. You know, the ones that you would see that are just staring at you from that little crack in the closet door? Yeah, no thanks. I really have to give Team Dark a standing ovation though, because they held this down. They may be young, but these aren't students. This is what I expect from professional adult huntsmen and huntresses. And it's not as if everyone was able to walk out of it perfectly fine. Frankly, I thought the girl in the all red was gonna die. I know that if I were in her situation, and if that Grimm did what it did to her, to me, I wouldn't be getting up from that anytime soon. I wouldn't care if Osmond himself came down, gave an inspiring Irwin speech about how this is the final push for Remnant. I'm going home. And speaking of Osmond, him and Oscar better be the main ones fighting since Ozma was the one who disobeyed Mommy Salami in the first place. So I'm gonna need him to have that sword of destruction, the crown of choice, and that staff of creation. I don't know how he's gonna get it back, but he's gonna need it for when Salem unleashes this abomination onto our heroes. And on the topic of her domain, Rooster Teeth, I'm gonna need some answers about this place. No, I don't want a community post or a tweet talking about all the creepy and horrific stuff that resides in this domain. Show me what's here. I don't want to read a book about it. I want to experience it with our characters in the show for the first time. Thank you. I can only just imagine all the failed experiments that Salem just let lurk on this land. Which brings up Summer Rose. See, we're to believe that Salem experimented on Summer, and that she either died or is still in captivity somewhere in Salem's domain. But let me paint a picture for y'all once more. Summer goes on a mission to go within Salem's domain, which leads to her capture and Salem beginning her experiments on Summer. After many years of undesired results and Summer turning into a mutilated hybrid of a Grimm and human, instead of killing her, Salem simply threw her out in hopes of seeing if her Grimm nature or what's left of her old self would survive, leaving her to fend for herself or what was left of Summer at this point, thus leading Summer deranged and spending time fighting off Grimm. And after such a prolonged time of not being able to eat, due to her Grimm experiment slowly consuming her more and more, she became mentally inept and now lurks within Salem's domain. Now I'll be releasing my full thoughts on Summer's situation in another video, as there's still a lot more left, but in general that's what I believe what happened to Summer, with the little bits of information that we do have. But by this point in the RWBY storyline, I would have hoped the show would have given us a lot more information on Summer, or just Team Stark as a whole. But at this point we just have to write it ourselves. However, there is one shining hope in us getting some type of information about Salem's domain, and that is Emerald. Emerald, as we know based off of Volume 4, has been to Salem's domain, and seeing as we saw a ship coming in from Mysterio in Volume 6, we can assume that she knows the way directly to Salem's castle. Of course it won't be that easy, but Emerald could provide us with some sort of insider knowledge into just how that place is, and what kind of Grimm is there. See, we can assume that they were there for at least a good few months, and Emerald has probably been around that castle a few times, considering what else is she supposed to do? Train, eat, and listen to Tyrion obsess over Salem? I'm sure her and Mercury got curious and started poking their heads around. Plus, it's not as if Salem doesn't have eyes and ears everywhere, and Emerald probably has some idea of what Salem's plans are in Vacuole. Yeah, we know they want to recover the sword, but she knows that Tyrion and Mercury are heading out there, but we the audience don't know what exactly they're planning on doing. So, Emerald, for the last volume, is in the hot seat for me. With that being said, I want all of you to go support the original video by Raxcourt, and feel free to subscribe. And if you made it this far, thank you so much, and I hope to see you again.